Hello and welcome to the Florida Person Podcast. I'm
Hi.
Jackie Shores.
I'm Meg Gallagher.
And these are the weirdest news stories that we could find on the internet this week.
Yay.
Florida
Person.
Florida
Florida Person. Florida Person.
I think it was a good documentary.
I think it was a good
really
documentary, but I
loved
can't tell
Mer-people.
whether everybody's insane or not.
I felt like I had such a positive reaction to the people in Mer-people because they were all
It is called Mer-people, right?
Yes. They
On
were
Netflix.
all
Yeah.
every subject was so sensitive. I was like, these are sensitive souls that
they're
they
artists.
all had a similar type of thing where they grew up and they were very young and they saw this pretty mermaid, whatever it was, and they were like, I want to be that one day. And then they carry that into their adulthood. And then they find a community of other people. I was like very jealous of these people. I was like, oh. And then but it's like hard. It was like I was like, oh, I'm like jealous of their like little like community that they have. But getting there
Well, but this
to
is
their
the
community
thing, Megan.
was
Dude,
like
you live
getting
in
there.
Florida. Can you imagine how many mermaids there are near you? That the Mer-Taylor thing. What is that? I think it's near
Mer-Taylor.
Tampa.
Oh my gosh.
It's on the west coast of Florida.
It's near,
so
yeah, what is it? Lecanto? I never heard of Lecanto. That guy Eric. But I was like,
yeah.
oh, it's so interesting with him like growing up and having Tourette's and having like a supportive like family that was into him like hanging out at Wiki
Well, he was like
Springs
taken
and playing
in by
mermaids.
the mermaids.
I'm
I'm like, that's
this
amazing.
was so nice.
It was
And
nice. I mean, everybody did seem very sweet and
they
nice.
were all
I
so
was like, I like
sweet.
all the people. I like
And
all the
I
people.
know Blick Tsunami with his little like his blue fins on the side of his head and his little like dolls. He was so sweet and just like, I'm like, these people have like such a pure love for what they're doing.
I loved Blick Tsunami as a person. I thought he was great, and all his costumes were great. But the song,
I think
the
that
song was not amazing. I was like, dump the song, dude. Like, because you are doing a great job with everything else, but that song is not it. And I'm not saying you can't sing or rap, but that song is not good.
I appreciated the enthusiasm.
Yeah,
that was there 100%. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. But I really think that he would, it would be good for him to like work with somebody on making that better.
Which song? The song is bad. Like, I'm not saying you can't do music. I'm saying that particular song, scrap it. Start over with something else. And if somebody needs to stop saying yes to that song, because clearly there's a lot of people that are like, yeah, it's great. And it's gotten to like a level where now they're making a music video, and I'm like,
I think
scrap the song.
I think it could get better. I think that could get better if we had the right people. But
I'm thinking you could just do a different song. Like, don't put all your eggs in the basket with this one song that I was like, oh nope, that's not good.
Oh my gosh. And then Sparkles. I was like, Sparkles, get the heck out of Little Rock, Arkansas. You gotta go somewhere else.
Yeah, what do you do? Like, why are you there? I mean, I understand that Arkansas is like cheap and maybe like there's a money issue there, but I'm like, I think you could also, like get in your car, drive down. Like, you could do the coast of Alabama or something. Like, it's same prices, and at least you wouldn't be landlocked in Arkansas as a party mermaid. Like, that's crazy. And she's also pushing the Arkansas thing a lot, where she's like, I'm the mermaid of Arkansas, and you're like,
the only one.
Like,
the only one.
Okay, so you're gonna run with that?
And there's definitely things that the thing I'll remember from that documentary forever is like always bring an extra tail. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, this poor woman with that tail.
And see, I told you, I'm like, it's so like kind of gross wiggling into those things because they're all
Oh,
silicone and they're like
yeah.
putting jelly all over their legs. Like,
Yeah, and
eh.
there's things that I'd never thought about that, about, like, using the lubricant to get into your tail, to the cold water, like, swimming with the fishes, literally risking hypothermia.
Well, now I want to do that
'Cause then
because
it
I
made
looked.
sense
Well,
to
I don't
me,
want to
'cause
do
she
it,
kept
but I
saying,
looked
'cause
it up.
Morgana
Yeah,
kept saying, "No dead
she's
mermaids, no dead," and I
hypothermic.
was like, "What does it mean?" And then when that happened, I was like, "Oh, no. Okay."
Yeah. So they're the thing that they're doing in there, they're at the Silverton Resort in Las Vegas because they have like these big fish tanks, like and so they and you can just go for free to the Silverton in Las Vegas and just walk into the casino and they have like I think they schedule it because I don't know that they do it every day, but you can just go watch the mermaids in the tank. And I'm like,
Yeah.
next time I'm out there,
Next time you're
that's
out there.
something I got to schedule out to do is just drive over there because it's not a strip casino. It's like when you drive into Las Vegas, the Silverton is like one of the first casinos as you're getting towards the strip, but it's
Oh,
not
okay.
on the strip.
Oh, I see.
Um, it's an off-strip casino, but it's like a big fancy casino. It's just not
Mhm.
like, you can't walk down the strip from like Caesars or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
And the
so you have to like
eyes,
specifically go there, but it looks
yeah.
so cool.
That's so neat. That, and I didn't know, I mean, I never thought about the things about, like, the eye care, the ear care, the nose care, and how disturbing
Yeah,
that is to the system. I was like,
me
"Wow,
too.
these people really love it."
Yeah, because I've gotten like an ear infection once, and it was from swimming, and it was like the most horrible pain in the entire world.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
there's
I used
nothing
to
worse than an ear infection.
yeah, I used to get a lot of ear infections when I was little, and I think it's because I used to go swimming a lot,
It's
and
swimming, yeah, because
even
it's
though
water trapped behind the ear, right?
mhm, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yuck.
Ugh.
Yeah, and they were getting all the sinus infections and stuff, and like ugh. I didn't really think about the hypothermia part because I didn't realize because it's tropical fishes, like those tanks have tropical fishes, but I guess like it's still
The temperature's
fairly.
lower. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like a deep tank, and I mean, the water's got to be somewhere around like 60, and you're just like in 60-degree water. It's really like being in like 40 degrees, like outside, because water's
Yeah.
so much cooler on you.
Yeah, yeah. That
So I
was
didn't think
it's
about
very
that because I'm like, but they're tropical fishies. What's the
yeah.
problem?
Yeah, and then the I know the tropical fish, and it's like, "Be careful of that blowfish," I think it was. It's like he's
Yeah.
nippy, and they like, cut to him, and he's, like, looking,
He's like, I'm
"I'm
gonna
gonna
get you.
gonna
I'm gonna
get
get you,
you."
girl. I'm gonna get a mermaid. I'm a big fish. So,
Big fish.
but
But
yeah,
I
I
really
watched all that in one night, dude. That's
I did.
pretty good.
I watched it in one I guess
One
I
gut.
watched in the morning, and then I watched, like, the last, like, 40 minutes, which was very, like I was very touched. The last, like, 40 minutes of it, I was very touched. It had me, like, teared up, like, a bunch of times, especially
I'm
when
glad
those
everybody like
old
found their
ladies
place at the end too.
I
I was
know,
like
I mean,
worried
that
that
was because that's what I
one of them
liked
wouldn't get
about
a
it.
win.
I mean, it's like I thought that, like, when it first started, I was like, "Oh, what are these people gonna be like?" Like, I didn't know if it was gonna be like, I don't know, too if it was gonna be like, they're all weird, but it was like, they're really pursuing it because they really love what they're doing, and it's a lot of hard work, and I think it expressed that, and I thought that it was really neat how supportive they were of each other, especially
Mhm.
that Eric guy, that Taylor, and
Yeah.
with the ladies, with the former Wiki Watchy mermaids and getting them together at the
Yeah, that
end.
part was the saddest part
That
though.
was yeah,
That
because
was
it was
sad.
like which made me think of, the last episode we did when I was talking about the one mermaid, that had passed away in April, and the company that's running WikiWatchy, like, they, like, got rid of they, like, were
Yeah.
getting rid of the photographs and stuff like that. I'm like, "Who is this company?" They're, like
Isn't it just
don't
like
seem
the
very
state
nice.
park? Like it's whoever's running it because it's a state park. Like through there, they're just like basically. I think somebody got a job and are pieces of shit about it. They're like they don't see the value.
Yeah, and just like to be just like we're not answering any questions about why we're like you're not going to answer any questions, and I hate that when they write that in big like
Yeah, it's
huge
also like, just
letters.
come
Like,
on.
can
These
you be
are
nice to
nice
these
old
ladies?
ladies. Can you just like what are you doing? It's very
Doing.
weird. It's
I
very weird.
and the whole documentary made me think of a story that was going on down here that I came across last year
Oh, okay.
about a it was in New Times. It's kind of like an ongoing story where it's a wreck bar mermaid sues Broward Sheriff's Office for invasion of privacy.
Huh.
And this is finding herself vilified on TikTok by a self styled witch and spotting a Broward County Sheriff's lieutenant literally climbing her wall. Whitney Fair was at her wits' end. She had no idea being a mermaid could be so stressful. This is about like another mermaid in this like South Florida community.
Yes.
The trouble had nothing to do with the actual mermaid shows she performed at the historic Rec Bar on Fort Lauderdale Beach. The 41-year-old Fair enjoys swimming in what's billed as America's only underwater burlesque show. She likes to hear the audience when she swims past the pool's portholes in her costume fishtail. The fact that she can't see the bar patrons through the glass relieves some of the pressure of performing on often packed Friday and Saturday nights. The part-time job at the iconic ocean liner shaped B Ocean Resort, formerly known as the Yankee Clipper, also provides her and other so-called aqua 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 hold on a second. Aquaticats? Aquaticats?
Aquaticats.
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 A
That's
regular
hard to
social
say.
a regular social
Aquaticats.
outlet. I'm a bit of a homebody and an introvert, confesses Fair. So this job has allowed me a consistent way of dressing up and being around people once a weekend. It was from the social side, however, that her misery came, specifically in the form of a fellow aquatic cat named Mia Melias, Mermaid Mia, as she called herself, joined the cast in 2015, 2 years prior to Fair, and had ascended to the leadership role in the group. The two had a falling out, and ultimately Mia was fired in August 2018. Miles' departure began what Fair describes as a 3-year nightmare of harassment and conflict that is now on its way to a federal courtroom. It began with online attacks from Mia and her husband Jeff and became worse when the couple moved in next door to Fair's home in Fort Lauderdale. More than once, her security camera captured video of Jeff Melias on her property, including a clip that shows him climbing up a ladder on the side of her house and tampering with said camera. Another clip shows
What?
the couple accosting her at the foot of her driveway, where Mia Mieles can later be heard screaming, "I hope you effing die." Fair said the scariest part of it all is that Jeff has the power of the badge. He's a lieutenant with the Broward Sheriff's Office. How do you call the cops on cops? It didn't make it any less settling that Mia spoke in her TikTok videos of placing spells on her enemies and claimed that she and Jeff were practicing pagans who performed nude rituals in their backyard. A
Oh
Coral
no, so she's
Springs
some weird abusive witch mermaid? She's a witch mermaid?
and a Coral
Mm.
Springs firefighter by trade.
Oh
She's also
gosh.
described herself as an initiated first-degree witch in the Celtic tradition.
Of course she has.
Fair eventually went to the police, but the harassment continued. She consulted local attorney Gary Collin, who suggested she um, put in a public records request for all searches made by police and other officials for her state protected driver's license information, something all Floridians have the right to find out for themselves. So you can see like who's been looking you up. The
Oh, you
results
can?
showed that Jeff used his BSO computer to run Fair's name on the driver and vehicle information database, a confidential state database accessible only by police and other public officials. The frequently abused David system contains driver's license photos, vehicle information, driver history, social security number, and other restricted personal data. Federal law prohibits public officials from accessing driver's license information for anything but official purposes and provides civil recourse to anyone whose information has been improperly accessed.
And they're
Let
just
me
doing
see.
this because they don't like her because she works with this crazy woman and she
Yeah,
doesn't
because
like the other mermaid.
yeah, and then she lost Mia, like left the group and then started this whole campaign with her husband
Jeez.
is what allegedly is
Who's a
going
police
on.
officer.
Yeah.
Jeez. So
Yeah, so
basically, what you're saying is
so the
like this is
article
like
goes
Dance
into
Moms, but with mermaids.
exactly. Exactly. There is a lot of things to this article, which I will link to it. Um, but there was an update recently where there the mermaid snooping Broward deputy, soon after that article actually, to face criminal review. So he and his wife got in trouble for this. Mermaids. So Mer-people, the
Yes.
documentary, they all were very, very sweet in that, but I guess there is a dark side to it. This is like something that would be
Well,
on,
obviously you don't want to like focus your documentary on like the bad
no,
like this
no.
shithole mer
This
person.
yeah, this is, like, totally outside the norm of what I think the Mer-people community is.
Yeah, they
This is
seemed very
more
supportive
yeah,
people, not
this is
this.
no, this is more like something that you'd see on, like, Fear Thy Neighbor. Like, if this would have gotten worse and somebody was killed, like, this would have been on Fear Thy Neighbor for sure.
Ugh.
Fear Thy
Ugh.
Neighbor is such a scary show. It's
Yeah, I don't
always,
get
like,
why people get so nutty with like somebody really needs to have done something to you for you to act out that way. If it's just like you're jealous or you don't like a person, just like find a hobby. Just like there's plenty of people that I don't really like that much that I have to go work or do shows with or something like that. If you're
yeah, Fear
listening,
Thy Neighbor
there's like
is
a
like
couple people on MI that I don't really love. But the thing is, it doesn't really matter. Like, just you don't have to hang out with them. You don't have to invite them to your wedding. Like they don't gotta come
but
to
when
your
you're
birthday party. Just chill out, dude. What are
there's
you
a
doing?
there's a lot of Fear Thy Neighbors where the neighbors are really close and they were friends, and then something happens where it just gets completely out of control, and then there's,
Yeah, I
like,
mean,
a bomb
to
goes
some
off or
degree,
something.
if there's something that happened, but I just don't get the people that are doing it because they don't like somebody, like sabotaging somebody because they don't like it, or they took something the wrong way, or whatever. I don't know. Was it Fear Thy Neighbor where there was that like woman who kept like this guy had these like giant pit bulls that were like those abused pit bulls that want to like eat everybody, and then the woman was like, you gotta stop letting them eat my cats or whatever because they kept attacking her cats, and then the guy just unleashed them on her and she died.
Oh, boy.
And I'm
That's
like, that went way too far.
I think that was a Fear Thy Neighbor. That sounds like a Fear Thy Neighbor, or there's that other show, what is it? Animals. There's another one that's, like, about people and their pets. They're,
Yeah, it
like,
might have been
exotic
that.
pets where it was, like, I don't know, there was one episode where somebody had, like, a pet hyena, and then
I mean,
their arm they got bit their arm bit bad.
I grew up on a very weird street in Parkland, Florida, where like everybody had like animals, but like like we had horses and like a gazillion cats. We had 8 cats at one point. We had turtles and like all kinds of
Mhm.
stuff. We had a ridiculous amount of animals at one point. So I'm like, I get it. But we also had people across the street who had monkeys. They had like capuchin monkeys. And
Oh
I was
boy.
like interested because I was like, wow, monkeys. And I was like 12. And they were going to let me like work for them, like cleaning out the monkey cages. I'm like, wow, I get to work around monkeys. And I found out those monkeys are terrors. They were like, ah, they would like pull your hair and try and shit on you, and they ripped the thumb off of the woman who lived there. They like ripped,
No.
she had to get her thumb reattached, and I was like,
Oh
I don't think you guys should
no.
have them. I think maybe you and
Oh
one
my
got out once and
gosh.
attacked like a woman like walking her dog, and like attacked the
Oh.
dog.
Oh, what a well, that's like that Monkey Shines movie.
Yeah.
Those they can
And it
think, they think
changed
too
my
much.
perspective on like, because they're those little capuchin monkeys. They're the ones like if you've seen like Night at the Museum, like
Mhm.
that's a
Yeah.
capuchin monkey. They're like the Hollywood monkeys because they're like, you know, trainable and smart or whatever, but like left to their own devices, they are like evil, and they are very nasty monkeys. And it changed my perspective on monkeys, and I was like, I don't think I love these monkeys
Oh
anymore.
my
I think I have a
gosh.
different idea. So yeah, people are weird with their pets, but people also like, just like be cool. Just be
Must be
cool.
cool.
If you're both mermaids, that's great. Just go with it. And also don't like I hope this woman like I guess if they're writing an article about it, she clearly has some evidence now
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and can like dispute this. And the guy who's the husband, the who works for the police, should definitely lose his job and be charged with something, because I don't know what you get charged with at that, but that's definitely against the law. Right?
That's
That's a crime. That's a
yeah, that's a
crime to use
crime.
your police power
That's a crime.
to
You should not
like
be allowed to
terrorize a
be
mermaid.
policing anybody anymore.
Yeah, the police shouldn't be terrorizing mermaids. And I think we
No.
can all agree on that.
Exactly. I think so.
Um, I guess kind of in the same vein, we have like a water theme going on today.
Yeah.
Um, this one's kind of sad too, but so this is Mexican diver Diego Baleza. I sound really white when I say it that way. Baleza opens OnlyFans account to pay for Olympics training.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well,
so Mexico
maybe
City.
he's likes doing it.
Well, I hope he does, but also Mexico, you gotta pay your athletes is what the problem is also here.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I diving is a pretty expensive sport with all the training and stuff, because you think about, you have to actually be near a pool that has those platforms and like the different
Mhm.
heights and like all that kind of
Gosh.
stuff is
Yeah.
not cheap. It's not a cheaper thing like, say, like swimming, where you can
Olympic
just
yeah, it's hard being an Olympic athlete. Their training isn't always covered and the equipment
well,
and
there's some
stuff and
barriers
oof.
to entry too for different sports. Like, it's a lot harder to be like an Olympic like lugeist, like luge
Oh, is that where you
luger.
throw
I don't.
things?
No, it's where you slide down on like the little
Oh.
sled, like no, not head first. Head first is skeleton, feet first is luge, like down an ice track. Yeah,
Oh,
you really got to have a
wow.
facility to learn that one.
Oh my
They
gosh.
don't have that at the YMCA.
Oh my gosh.
Although I guess you have less competition because less people can get into that field than like running or swimming or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Jeez.
So, as a prominent 10-meter diver, Diego Beleza is used to wearing small swimsuits that show off his body. Now desperate because of a lack of financial resources ahead of next year's Paris Olympics. Oh, it's in Paris next year? I'm clearly checked out. I had no idea.
Ooh, ooh la la.
Ooh la la. The Mexican is making a leap to different platform in which he also wears only a few clothes, OnlyFans. Beleza is one of several Mexican athletes who have been affected by a dispute between World Aquatics and Ana Guevara, the head of Mexico's National Sports Commission, that since January has stopped providing monthly payments for aquatics athletes. That's shit.
Oh, that's awful.
World Aquatics suspended the president of the Mexican Federation, Kirill Todorov and appointed a commission to take charge while new elections were held. Todorov was suspended for the failure of the Mexican Swimming Federation to comply with the governing body's good governance standards. So, just the bureaucratic kind of crap.
Oh,
But Guevara refused to recognize the commission, even though the Court of Arbitration for Sport confirmed the change. So it's a bunch of bureaucratic bullshit. And now they don't get their checks so that they can have a living wage while they're doing this. So good going, everyone.
oh my gosh.
So Guevara, let's get back to I want to get back to the thing and less of the bureaucrat stuff. Beleza, who was fourth in synchronized diving in the 10-meter platform at the Tokyo Olympics, chose to join OnlyFans, a site where content creators upload images and videos, some of them explicit. Well, most of them explicit. It occurred to me to open it because you are always looking for a way to make income. I support my house and my mother, and I have bills to pay, and you can upload whatever you want there. It's valid content. He said in
Good.
an interview. I'm
Well,
happy
that's
that the
good.
people who are in my page have been very good and respectful, and I hope they continue like this. So Beleza charges a monthly fee of $15 to access his content. I kind of want to just go on there and give him $15 to access his content, and I guess see what he got. I mean, he is a hottie patati. He's a diver, so he's ripped and all that. So I'm not trying to sexualize him inappropriately, but I think he's gonna do well on there. I
Yeah, I
think
think
he'll do well.
I think he'll do
Uh,
well.
it's $15 to access his content, but offers quarterly packages for $40.50. As of Monday, he has uploaded 136 images, 26 videos, and had more than 14,000 interactions with fans. With the
Oh,
money he gets from the website, the 28-year-old diver seeks to replace little more than 30,000 pesos, which is about $1,708 that he received as a government scholarship. So he
all
just
right.
says the money I now receive from OnlyFans is very volatile, but it has served me well so far. So it's doing better than the government did for you, and that's really, that's just
Well, that's
saying
good.
something.
And he's got control over like what he's posting and what
Yeah,
he's doing, and he's sounds like he's doing good on there. So
yeah. So all the luck to you, Diego. And he's a cutie patootie. He's a hottie patati. I mean, I'm scrolling through his pictures, not on OnlyFans, on the
I was like, that
article.
was quick.
Not on OnlyFans.
As
On
you
the article.
immediately signed up in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, I know, right? But he's he's got a good bod. He's got kind of a cool little torso tattoo right there. I mean, I'm looking at him, so um, yeah, I, do it, buddy,
Do it.
do it. Wait, is that him with the torso? Oh no, that's Kevin Berlin.
Oh,
He's a different guy, but he's also cute. I mean, all divers are good looking. I'm just saying, I've
yeah.
never seen a diver that I'm like, oh, not you though. That diver's gotta go. If you go to a pool and people are diving, you're like, mwah, mwah.
Everybody.
I love
Everybody
watching the
kisses.
diving.
Kisses for everybody.
Yeah, I love watching the diving during the Olympics. Cause I'm like a lot of hot boys jumping for platforms. Sign me up. Sign me up for a seat. And it's definitely not as boring as swimming. Sorry, swimmers are also hot, but swimming is kind of boring to watch. It's yeah, you're
Going that
swimming,
way. You're going that
swimming.
way. You're going
But
that
a
way.
bunch of hot guys doing flips, I'm in. I'll take that any old day. Any old day.
Oh my goodness. I
But
found another Florida story. This is kind of like a
oh,
historical Florida story.
yeah, please.
This is longtime Florida burglar accused of burglaring Seminole gated community yet again. Michael
Stop.
Sloan, 46, has been involved in 25 burglary cases since 1993, deputies say. Seminole County, Florida. A Tampa man was arrested Tuesday following a burglary at a Seminole County gated community. one in his decades-long string of burglaries, according to the sheriff's office. According to the affidavit, 46-year-old Michael Ploen entered the gated Alaqua subdivision in April around 12:30 a.m. and jumped over a wall into a resident's yard. Ploen then got into an unlocked truck in the yard, taking out 2 credit cards before going to another home nearby and driving off with the neighbor's car. While driving from the exit to Alaqua, Ploen was seen sticking one of his hands up and flipping his middle finger at the gate camera.
Of course.
Hours later, Ploen stopped at a Walmart in Tampa and used the credit cards to purchase $600 in gift cards.
Wait, it took him a whole hour to get over to Wall. Like, what were you doing? You just stole a bunch of, like, get over there and get in and get out. Like, you've done a bunch of crimes. You should, like, the more time.
Maybe he had a favorite Walmart he wanted to go to. They said Ploen had an extensive history of burglarizing the Alaqua and nearby communities, and he's been previously convicted for using personal information belonging to the resident whose credit cards he took. In fact, detectives said that Ploen had been the subject or suspect of around 25 burglaries in the area of Alaqua since 1993. Due to the April theft, Ploen faces charges of burglary, grand theft of a motor vehicle, 2 counts of attempted burglary, and 9 counts of criminal use of personal information. He's being held on a bond of $33,000. So, anybody want to help? Old-timey burglary. That's like the only thing you want to do is burgle. Burgle.
It could be like he might be addicted to it. You know, people get like addicted to robbing. Like, it's like it's not being like a shopaholic. It's like a robaholic,
a burglaraholic. He has the same facial expression in this mugshot from like 1993 as the one he just took. It's very interesting. It is the exact same facial expression.
Of course. Well, you gotta, like, you know,
which
he's
is
keeping
like,
it tight. He's
which
using
is like,
that Olay.
I did it. I did it. So what?
I did it.
What you gonna do?
I like that he flicked off like the camera, like as he's like, yeah, I'm probably gonna get cut. You know, I'm not in any rush. Screw you guys. I'm in no rush at all to get to Walmart. And that's like just a definite way to get caught. I know you might think that it's a good idea to go get the like gift cards, but like the gift cards, so like you could just go into a Walmart and just like steal a bunch of gift cards, like put them in your pocket, but they're not activated. You have to go through a cashier to activate them. So you're gonna be on more cameras, and then they're gonna like you have like now interactions. Like it's not a good theft, is what I'm saying.
No, it's just not.
It's not. It's all around a dumb one, and he had the time to think about it. He had the time to go, maybe I should try something else.
He's like, this is the only thing I'm passionate about. I love doing it.
Some people are like that, you know what I mean?
Not, you know, he's 46 years old. He's not always going to be jumping over walls.
That's true.
And he's just like...
I mean, I guess like as you get older, you do realize that you have to do what you love. Like doing what you love that's not a life anymore. You got to do what you love. You got to make time for you and the hobbies you enjoy.
I learned that from Mer-people. I love that.
You have to go find some of these Mer-people, because I think you live in an area where they're rampant. They're running rampant. You got to go to this that bar where they're doing like the Mermaid burlesque show or whatever. That's in Fort Lauderdale.
Sounds kind of dangerous if this lady's hanging her.
Well, I mean, I think she's out of there.
I think they got her under control now. I think so.
Yeah, I think she's out. I don't think she's allowed back, which is good. It does sound like a cool bar though, with like portholes that you look through. I'm glad like mermaids are really coming into their own these days.
I know. Good for them.
This has been a really Florida heavy episode, but let's like keep that going
Yeah.
with one last Florida story. Wah, wah, wah,
Yes.
wah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It's like
Yes.
Florida and aquatic stuff, mermaid. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Florida. I think I'm gonna like be sticking to more Florida history things because there's like a lot of
it's a
Florida
weird state.
history.
That's why we called it the Florida
I
person,
know.
because
I
there's
think we're
literally
gonna
a
like
wealth.
we're gonna
There's a
actually
wealth
talk
of
about
stuff
Florida
here.
now.
Hey, I'm in. I'm in. I own the domain, dude. But yeah, it's what a state we live in. So I talked last time about the Florida scrub jay a little bit. It's endangered, but it's like a pretty bird. It's kind of like a skinny bluebird that's endemic to Florida.
Oh yes,
And
the beautiful, beautiful bluebird.
yes, how one woman's hatred clipped the Florida scrub jay's wings and kept it from becoming the state bird.
What is
So this is all about it's about another woman who was just on a rant like for no reason. No reason.
Yeah, and then
So
what?
a baffling debate has been happening in Florida, and it's strange, even by Florida standards. I mean, it's just right up there. Come on, you don't have to embellish.
It's
The
yeah.
fight to make a sweet, friendly, and unique bird the winged representative of the Sunshine State is likely to leave you scratching your head. I thought the one person who could make things crystal clear for us about the mockingbird versus Florida scrub jay debate was Orlando Sentinel columnist Scott Maxwell. As it turns out, Maxwell thinks this story defies logic too. I've covered a lot of weird stories and covering politics in Florida for more than 2 decades. Florida does weird the way like the shark from Jaws does eating swimmers. That's a quote from this man, not me.
All
Okay,
right.
don't anybody get it misconstrued. That's how he decided to explain that. So Maxwell, you're weird too.
Yeah.
When this is Maxwell's out of gate answer to your first question, you know the rest of the story is likely going to leave you with more. In case you didn't know, the official state bird of Florida is the mockingbird, or as many my birding friends like to call it, Minimus polyglottos. No, they don't. Shut up. Shut up, author of this story. Who's the author of this story? Ginger Gadsden. Shut up, Ginger. They do not, and you know they don't. All right. According to the Florida Department of State, the mockingbird is a superb songbird and mimic. Its own song has a pleasant, lifting sound and is, at times, both varied and repetitive. Often, the mockingbird sings all the night long, especially under bright springtime moonlight. Well, that does sound lovely.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, I bet they're like the birds like here where it's just like, all right, time to shut up. Time to shut up, you guys. Until you realize this bird gets around. It's also the state bird of Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Texas.
Ah.
So it's not even like exclusive. And like I said,
I
Florida
feel
has so many
really-
endemic animals that like we don't need one that has a big area, you know?
Yeah. Oh my
So
gosh.
not only is it not unique in this aspect, but Maxwell also joked naming the mockingbird as your state bird is like naming McDonald's as your official state restaurant.
Oh man, I'm gonna invite this Maxwell guy to dinner.
Yeah, he's got like zingers, dude. This guy's zinging. If only Florida had a bird that these other states don't have. A bird so different it would stand out in the crowd because of its unique qualities. Enter
Yeah.
the Florida scrub jay, like he's coming down the runway, like
I know. Enter.
yeah, like sachet.
There
Which
we
also
are.
answers to its street name of Alphalo. Okay, shut up. We're not
No.
doing like this
Birdie
author is
names.
annoying me with these. Not even reading that. According to the National Audubon Society, this bird is noteworthy on several counts. It lives nowhere in the world except Florida. Insert the record scratching sound here. Do other people know about this? We know.
Now you
We
do. Look
know.
at this. Yeah.
Sure enough, other people do know. In fact, many more people know about the Florida scrub jay thanks to the Seminole County high school students who led the charge more than 2 decades ago to give the bird its day in the Sunshine State. So they said, let's make this bird our state bird. And that seems like it should be a no-brainer. Maybe a bird brainer, Maxwell said.
This guy have like a southern accent. I can really see him like talking like
just to I'll next time I read a quote from him, I'll read it in a southern accent. When those high school students floated the idea of switching up the state birds, they had no idea the feathers they were ruffling. With as much passion and love as those students in the 1999 had for the Florida scrub jay, one woman, one Karen, had just as much disdain, maybe even more, for the cute little bluebird. It's because of this one person, and everyone admits it, Maxwell says. That person is Marion Hammer, a former longtime lobbyist for the National Rifle Association.
What a jerk.
She's an NRA jerk, to make it even worse. She's from the NRA.
That's awful.
Gross. Maxwell describes Hammer's hate for the Florida scrub jay as next level. Marion Hammer hates the scrub jay with a white hot, absolutely bizarre passion. And when I say she hates it, I mean this woman has gone to Tallahassee multiple times, testified in hearings about how much she loathes the scrub jay.
What?
They need to make a Netflix series about this.
I know that this is what it really does. It's like, it has that feeling when you got those people and they're like, let me tell you what's really going on. This is
somebody get on this. Somebody get on this.
This woman hates this scrub jay with a passion.
She hates the scrub jay. She's gone to Tallahassee multiple times. Why does Hammer have so much hate toward a bird known for its friendly qualities? Maxwell said that's one of the reasons most people like this bird. He said it will land on your head and even eat out of your hands. Though we should note that because Florida scrub jays are federally designated threatened species, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission sees feeding them like that as harassment and forbids it. Still, that particular quality of the friendly bird is one reason Hammer squashed any hopes of the Florida scrub jay pushing the mockingbird off of its perch. Maxwell explained that on one occasion when Hammer went to Tallahassee to testify, she said that the fact that the Florida scrub jay would eat out of your hands was proof it had a welfare mentality.
What?
She hates it because she thinks the NRA woman, the NRA lobbyist Karen, is mad that this bird seems like a welfare queen.
This is so... I don't know if you know who
everybody's ridiculous.
I don't know if you know who James Carville is, but it like this man that they are interviewing telling the story, it sounds like he has a very like James Carville like way about him where he's like real fast talking and like
I'm lost.
Like
I'm
so
lost.
Crazy.
This NRA Karen hates this welfare queen bird. She doesn't like that it will come up and be like, "Hey, I'll take a seed from you."
I know what. Welfare.
But all hope is not lost. A new generation of Seminole County students who continue to fight for the Florida scrub jay has made some headway. Seminole County recently voted to make the Florida scrub jay its official county bird. One county down, 66 more to go. You can watch the entire interview with Scott Maxwell in the video player at the top of the story, which we will link at the bottom of this podcast. And I haven't watched it yet, so my impression could be completely off. But holy guacamole.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
oh my gosh. And
actually, I just scrolled down to look at Ginger Gadsden. Gadsden is the writer of this article. She's really pretty. Okay, very pretty woman.
Oh yeah,
just
she
noticed
is.
That, right?
Ginger.
I didn't expect her to look like that at all. For some reason, I expected like an old like country white lady, but she's like birds. A very young, pretty black woman. Yeah, and making all these jokes.
These
jokes.
These comments on here are pretty all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Because it goes into talking about people liking the birds, people thinking that she's stupid, people thinking that she's right about guns, wrong about the bird. And then it goes into there's no such thing as reasonable gun control. They're like all over the place in these comment section, like all comment sections are.
Yeah, I do like HMN said, she said the bird has a welfare mentality because it will eat out of your hand. I literally laughed out loud. What a nut. She must be more fun than a barrel of monkeys if she gets this worked up about a bird. And I gotta say the same. I gotta say the same. Damn, dude. Yeah, you gotta read this. You gotta just like scroll through these comments. I do like the people dunking on her. Just like,
Yeah.
what a
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what a loser. She's
Yeah, really.
she's a loser.
Like, I don't know,
This
you can
woman
go
who
after
hates
this pretty bluebird.
and even nothing against mockingbirds, but yeah, the state bird should be something that's like exclusive to that state. Otherwise,
Yeah.
what's the point? What's the point?
Yeah.
And the mockingbird, it'll be fine. It's already the state bird of all those other states anyway, so who cares?
State birdies.
I
I
always had
agree.
just assumed it was like the flamingo.
I know because it's on the Florida Lotto logo.
Yeah,
That's what I thought
it's
for a
on
long
like
time.
everything. Everything's got the. I don't know that flamingos even technically live
I
in
don't
Florida
think we should
anymore.
have a Florida state bird. I think it should just be the state iguana.
I think
And
yeah.
it should
Well,
be a
maybe
real,
that's like the
like one of
state
those
lizard.
mature iguanas. I saw a bunch of
Yeah,
iguanas
with the
yesterday
big
because it was
with
really
the
hot.
orange,
Yeah.
on their
Yeah.
plumage. Yeah,
I saw
I'm
some that were
in.
younger and greener, and they were hanging out by the water by Target. They were hanging out over there, but then there's like a more isolated
Mature.
foresty kind of area, and I saw a big one over there, and he had like the orange little
You ever see them
things.
swim? Because
Yeah,
like
they like
sometimes
kind
they'll
of
like run
wiggly.
and they like a gator. They swim like with their tail like wooga wooga wooga, and they're like
Yeah,
leggies out in the back. Their leggies are just like and I love them. I do love them too. I know that they are invasive and technically not good, but
they're
I
in.
mean, I'd say let them stay.
They have
Let
because
them stay.
they've invaded my heart.
Yeah, and they've also like I don't know how you're gonna get rid of them now. It seems like there's a bazillion. There's
Yeah,
so many.
good luck.
There's so many. I love them. I love all the animals in Florida, especially the scrub jay. Team scrub
Yes,
jay,
scrub
make
jays.
it the state bird. If there's like a
Scrub
petition or
jays.
something, sign it. Let's get it
Yeah,
done.
definitely. I definitely am on board with that.
All right. Well, that's all your stories for the week. A lot of Florida, a lot of water-based things.
Yeah.
I what a week.
If you're
What
a
a week in
mermaid,
news.
stay cool. Don't ever change mermaids.
Yeah, we
Mer-people,
love
mermen,
mermaids, we love
mer-people,
scrub jays, we love divers, and we hate mean mermaids and women from the NRA who hate scrub jays. And
Yes.
that's pretty much where we lie on all those issues.
That's it.
And if you lie on all those issues that way, you can check us out every week on the Florida Person Podcast. Goodbye.
Yeah. Yay.
Florida person. Florida person. Florida person.